Welcome to Realeather.com. In this video, we're going to show you how to make the Highland Cow bag charm. So I've already made one of these up, so I can show it to you right here. And this is a fun and easy project for beginners. The head is already all embossed, and we're going to add our own color to it. And then we're going to do a basic whip stitch and create this sweet little pouch that then has a bead chain that you can hook onto your purse, backpack, or bag. So now that I've shown you what we're going to make, let's get started. First, let's check out what comes in our kit. So on the back cover are all of your instructions for this. And then inside the kit, here is the embossed veg tan Highland Cow head with all the texture already in it. All the holes are already punched. So we have that. We have the back piece of leather and the front piece of leather, again, already punched and ready for assembly. We have the bead chain here that we're going to use to hang our bag charm off of our bag. And then we have waxed thread and a sewing needle so we can sew the piece together. So now that we have all of that, the other things you will need is a pair of scissors, and you can use regular markers, paint, leather dyes, or in this case, these are the Realeather die markers. I absolutely love using these. These are all kind of cow colors that I picked. I've got a gold, a chocolate brown, a black, a light sable, and a dark sable. So we're going to use these to color in the head to add some definition, but you could also just rub stain over this and wipe it away, and it'll go into the recesses and give you a whole new look. This one here I obviously did with the markers, and I did it darker. So I'm going to show you how we achieved it with the die markers. And I'm going to work on a piece of paper just so I don't muck up my work surface. And how I colored this in is, first I used the lightest color and I just colored in the horns. And the thing with the die markers is if you keep the surface wet while you're doing it, you won't get the streaks. So you got to work quickly and evenly. And I also just colored in the edge on those. And so then over here we're going to do the same thing on this horn. And don't worry if you get into the fur, because we're going to cover the fur with a little bit darker color, so it will be just fine. So we've done that. Then what I did is I took the lightest color, which was this light sable, and I tried to imagine what the cow's bangs look like. It is raised up a little bit higher than the face, and so I'm just putting in, following the lines of the uppermost fur, and I'm going in front of the horn here, and I'm trying to just do mostly one coat of dye. Then I'm going to go over it in a few places to give a second coat, and that'll just create some depth to the topmost fur. So I'm just going to get this here. You see how quickly I'm working. Very easy to do. Again, you just have to remember that cow's fur is imperfect and you're not trying to make anything match. But now you can see I can go through here and just streak a couple little bit darker by adding a second coat. Okay? And we don't want it to look like he's got striped hair, but we do want to add some more depth to it. So there is the front of the cow. And then behind the horns would be a little bit darker. So I'm going to take my darker brown and I'm just going to kind of create like a shadow back here. And the same thing on this side. And then underneath the mouth is definitely going to be darker. So we're going to color that in with the darker brown. And then just where the top hairs are flopping onto the front, I'm just going to cut in with a little bit of dark, just to kind of blend it all together, just like that. And then I'm going to go over it with, this time I'm just going to go over all of that now with the lighter again. We're gonna get the nose here. And you can see as you go over one with the other, the lines will stay, but the colors will slightly blend, so that's nice. It gives you a nice effect there. And again, I'm going under the chin. Very quick, very easy. And then we're just gonna go over here. And then we're gonna take a look at it and see, once it dries, if we're happy with the fur color, which I think I am. I think I want a little bit darker on this side to even it out. So we're just gonna go a little darker up the chin. And then go back over it with the lighter dye just to blend it a little. You can be as fancy or as simple as you want with this step. And then I'm going to do the edges of this color, but not where the horns are. The horns I've already done in the yellow, so just gonna get the rest of the edges finished. This kind of gives it a nice wrapped edge look. Okay, and now the one thing we do have left, we have the nose and we have the muzzle. So I'm going to use this darker red for the eyelids on the cow. And I'm going to do it inside the nostrils. I'm only because I'm going to do the muzzle in black, but I don't want the whole thing to be just one big black blob. This one I made the nose a lighter color. This time I'm going to do it the opposite. And we can decide which way we like it better. And then we're just going to color in the eye. Now when I colored in my eye over there, I left a little speck of leather. Little speck of leather right in the middle, just to kind of give it a little reflective light. That's just being fancy. You could just color the whole thing in black. It'll be just fine. And then we're going to do this nose in black. And when I'm using darker colors, I go a little slower. I just want to make sure I don't like accidentally do something I'm not going to like later. And then I'm just going to kind of give this nose some shape. And I'm going to do the bottom lip. And there we go. So there is that. Now when I'm looking at this, I think that I could get a little bit darker in there. So I'm going to take this darker red and I'm going to streak it so that maybe the top of the hair will pop up a little more. And again, you can play with this however you want. You can be as finicky as I am, or you can just color the whole thing brown and call it good. So it's up to you. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. I'm going to let the ink dry on here, and I also want to kind of blend that in there a little bit more. So let me just see how that's kind of blotchy, and if I just go like this, it's going to look a little bit more streaked. There we go. So we're going to let that dry, and while that is drying, we're going to move on to assembling our little pouch that this is going to get sewn on top of. So we're going to need our wax thread and our needle. And from the wax thread, we're going to cut a 36-inch piece to do the bottom half. And we're going to start in the back. We're going to go through the top hole. We're going to leave a 3-inch tail. Then we are going to bring the threads around to the front hole and come just through the top. And that's going to wrap that thread around the edge, but put both these pieces on the inside. And we're going to tie off with a square knot to start with. Pull it nice and tight. You're going to trim off the tail on the inside of the piece. And now we're ready to start our whip stitch. So we're on the inside. We're going to come through to the back hole again. pull it through, wrap around to the front, and you're going to go through both layers one more time to get to the back. And that's how you're going to start your whip stitch. Okay, so that first one has 2 wraps to it. Now we're going to just go down to the second hole, go through the front from the back, and you want to make sure these are nice evenly, make sure they're tight, but make sure that's an even tension across your stitches. And I like to adjust them as I go so they stack on top of each other and they just look much prettier than if they were kind of going at different angles. So again, we go from the front to the back, and that creates that whip stitch. So I'm going to whip stitch all the way around to this side, and then I'll come back and show you how to end it. Now that we're back at the last hole, we're going to go ahead and go through the 2 layers, pull through, and then we're going to go through a second time, and this time only through to the, we're going to go through the front layer one time, so we're coming up in the middle, and then I kind of open this up a bit. I'm going to push the needle down into a couple of stitches, so it's in between the stitches and the leather. And then I'm going to do that again at that top and just tie a knot. So we're going to go through the top stitch. That will create this loop here. I'll make it a little bigger so you can see it. So there's that loop. And I'm just going to slide my needle through the loop once, twice, and I'm going to slide it down. It'll make a nice little surgeon knot in there. And then we are going to take our scissors and trim off our tail. And there we have the front pouch to our little Highland Cow bag charm. These 2 big holes are meant for the beaded chain. And if you are making this at home, I would recommend doing this as your very last step. But it's hard for you guys to see what I'm doing with the cow head in place. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in place here. So I just put each end through a hole, come around to the back, and I lock the beaded chain shut. And then this is the chain that you can open and close to attach it to your backpack, purse, bag, belt, whatever it is you want to put this little pouch on. And now that that's in place, we're going to go ahead and put the cow head on here, and all the little holes on the head align with the pouch. And we're going to thread up the remaining piece of our waxed thread here. We are going to go through hole 1 on the back, just like we did when we started here, and we're going to leave a 3-inch tail. And then we're going to put the head back on, and we're going to go through the first hole on the head and back through the hole on the back of the pouch to create our first whip stitch. And pull it nice and snug. And now we're just going to whip stitch across to the other side. As you can see, this is a perfect project for beginner leather workers or kids that may want to make this project for their bag. And once you get to the other end, this time we're going to whip stitch back to here so we can tie it off. So you're going to go from the last hole around to the front to the second to last hole and stitch through. And this will create an X on the front. So now we're in the second hole. We're going to jump over here to the third, and we're just going to repeat until we get to the other side. And now that I've gone all the way to the last hole, I'm going to come back around to the front and come out in between the layers. Pull everything snug. And then I'm going to just use a square knot to tie off the 2 ends. And there we have it. We have our Highland Cow bag charm made. This is perfect to hide all your little treasures anytime you want to have something small on the front of your bag. I like to use these for like chapstick, or if I had to have a key for something. But there we go. There's the first guy and the second guy, just so you can get an idea if you want the black nose or the red nose. I hope you've enjoyed this quick and easy tutorial on how to make the Highland Cow bag charm. I hope you'll pick one of these up yourself and make one for your bags because they are just adorable. And as always, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know of any projects or techniques you'd like to see here on our YouTube channel. We would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.